So we're on the quay now, and obviously this is where the boats are in Denia itself. You have the marina, and that's just a little bit further down the road, just outside of the main town. But a lot of the boats here that are moored are, you know, trips out around Denia and the coastline, which is what you've got in front of you here, Mundo Marino. So there's things like that going on, and obviously there's a lot of very expensive boats that are docked here, and some of them even have a helicopter pad on the top, which is all very interesting, lots of money. And then the car park is just here, and the car park's $1.50 per hour parking. It's behind the old police station, and it's a great place to park because you can park there all day. And it's quite safe, and there's a lot of car parking there, so you really don't need to worry if you come here. Even in the summer I've been down here, and you can park quite easily, so it's worth remembering that. So Denia is in between Alicante and Valencia airports, and it will take you about an hour and a half to get here from either airport, you know, judging with the traffic, etc. So, you know, you've got two choices where you want to fly into. Valencia is a lot quieter than Alicante, so that might be a choice for you. When you get here, one of the main attractions is the castle, the Castile. It's a really nice place to go into, and you get fantastic views all over the city. So it's worth just going up to the castle to have a look around. And it opens at 10 o'clock in the morning through till 6 in the afternoon, and it's going to cost you €3 to get in. If you're under 8, it's free, and between 8 and 10 years old, it's €1. Those prices might have changed, but that was the latest prices that I got last night looking online, so it gives you some indication. And of course, one of the other big things here is the beach. Fantastic beach, blue flag beach, very safe, very sandy, and you're going to enjoy that. And obviously you have shopping here as well. There's lots of the big name shops in this small high street, and so that might take up some of your time and some of your interest as well. So yeah, this is a good place to come. Hotels are pretty easy to find. I've got information in the information box below the video on hotels, and I think you should be able to find somewhere to stay. You have the marina, of course. I have videos on the marina which you can watch and see what's going on there. There's lots of restaurants there, and it's a nice place to actually, if you like walking, you can walk around there. And in the information box I'll put as much information as I can about the tourist board as well, so you can have a good look at that as well. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please subscribe as always, and please ring that bell. Thank you very much. So calm on the water today, incredible. Thinking back to airport transfers, which I didn't mention, there's a company local, been around for quite some years now, called Benny Connect, and you might want to try them for connections. I'll put their details in the description box for you in case you're interested.